Seitzel. Number 3, Preston Argabright. Number 1, Garrett Tuttle. Number 12, Keegan Adams. Number 13, Eli Nepper. Number 35, Eli Smart. Number 44, Cannon Smith. Number 2, Graham Skazik. Number 4, John Wayne Polanco. Number 99, Easton Gothrop. And number 19, Archer Tom. Your Bridgeport 810 All-Stars. And now for Mineral County. Number 5, Brantley Poland. Number 20, Lane Altabello. Number 4, Eli White. Number 34, Luke Marvin. Number 18, Zeke Valentine. Number 6, Mason Fry. Number 13, Dane Kaiser. Number 21, Kian Ross. Number 10, Jameson Riggleman. Number 9, Chase Hare. Number 24, Jacob Henderson. Number 15, Rhett Robinson. Your Mineral County All-Stars. And now for our Little League pledge. I trust in God. I love my country. I will respect its laws. I will play fair and strive to win. But win or lose, I will always do my best.
We have amazing deals for you here at Dan Cava GMC. Let's check them out. Our 2025 Acadia is a 3-row family SUV that's perfect for your summer vacations. Come test drive one of our bold and rugged GMC AT4 Canyons. Lease a 2026 Terrain for as low as $499 a month with no money down. And don't miss out on the greatest selection of the year of our pre-owned vehicles. Dan Cava GMC, shop the world!
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do, at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
At Polka Valley, we offer a full suite of conventional, government, and West Virginia housing loan products, strong construction loans, and 100% financing to qualified applicants. Visit us online or call us today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. At Polka Valley, we offer a full suite of conventional, government, and West Virginia housing loan products, strong construction loans, and 100% financing to qualified applicants. Visit us online or call us today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Trojan Landing Marine is now Charleston's newest power sports dealership. We now carry Segway side-by-sides, Royal Enfield, and Benelli motorcycles. Royal Enfield has been making motorcycles for over 120 years. At Trojan Landing, our Segway sport and utility vehicles all start under $20,000, and all of our bikes are under $10,000. We have a wide selection of helmets, clothing, riding gear, and more. We're now your water, road, and dirt dealership.
And we welcome you to Huntington Little League for another round of elimination contests in the 2025 8-10 baseball state tournament. And our game to start us off this evening will pit Mineral County taking on Bridgeport. Good evening, everybody. Randy Payton, Rick Marone, back with you again for another night of action here at Huntington Little League. And we start off things tonight, Rick, by seeing a Mineral County team that got off to a good start in the first inning last night, scored 4 runs in the first on their way to a 7-5 win over Central Greenbrier to get into this game. And they take on a Bridgeport team that knocked off Elk District to start the tournament, then knocked off this Mineral County team before losing to Cerrito Canova. And now Bridgeport in a situation where they play Mineral County for a second time. They try to knock them off for a second time and advance on in this tournament.
Yeah, I tell you what, the first meeting Bridgeport got the better of, won by a pretty good margin. But I tell you what, when you get a Mineral County team, Randy, we saw a lot of energy last night out of them. They got the job done late in that game, played the late game last night. So you got to wonder, is the momentum for Mineral County? Baseball's a game of momentum. Bridgeport with the off day, you'd hope to think that rest and being able to kind of set your lineup is obviously a plus. But it's going to be the meeting of those two things, the momentum that Mineral County has going into tonight, a little revenge factor as they got beat earlier in the tournament. But this is going to be a great matchup, a lot at stake here tonight. As you mentioned, the winner of this will move to the championship bracket, which starts tomorrow night. It'll be the semifinals, and then on Thursday will be the state championship game. So a lot at stake tonight.
Mineral County putting its hopes in the hands of their starting pitcher tonight, Luke Marvin, a guy that we saw last night began the game as an extra hitter. He came in the game late to play third base when they moved Valentine on the mound to close it out.
Yeah, again, he's coming. He's got good velocity on his pitches. He really moves the ball around well. And we saw last night, I think early on, the thing to look for is discipline and hitting. The teams yesterday struggled at times, and what was happening is they were chasing pitches out of the zone, getting behind in the count. If you can be disciplined, both wins that took place yesterday really fell back on, batting with the discipline and putting the ball in play and hitting the ball where it's pitched.
It's going to be Connor Robbins to lead it off for Bridgeport. He's the center fielder, to be followed by Thomas Deitzel, the second baseman. Preston Argabright, the first baseman, will hit third. And the very first pitch of the ball game hits Robbins. He's on at first, and we're underway.
Yep, right off the bat, maybe a little adrenaline pumping there. The ball gets down inside, hits him down around the foot, and Bridgeport immediately with the runner on base.
Here's the second baseman, Thomas Deitzel, coming to the plate, as we said, to be followed by Preston Argabright, the first baseman, Garrett Tuttle, an extra hitter. Keegan Adams is the catcher. He bats fifth. Eli Nepper, the shortstop, hits sixth. Eli Smart, the pitcher, bats seventh. First pitch swung on and fouled back 0-1. Cannon Smith, the third baseman, hits eighth. Graham Skasik, the right fielder, bats ninth. John Wayne Polisano will bat 10th, extra hitter. Easton Gothrop will play left field and bat 11th. Archer Tomes will bat 12th. Runner advancing from first to second. I was reading
just
the lineup.
Just a straight steal.
Okay.
Cannon Robbins got a great jump. Going to test things early. Altabello gunned it down there, but not going to get Robbins.
Pitch is in the dirt. Here comes the runner again on his way to third, and Robbins is at third with a wild pitch. And it's a 1-2 count to Deitzel. Marvin sets and delivers, and it swung on and fouled off. Trying to get our lineups written down and taken care of. This one swung on and hit out into left field, and it's caught, but that's going to be deep enough to allow the runner to tag and score, and a sacrifice fly to left by Thomas Deitzel, and here in the first inning, Bridgeport draws first blood, and they lead it by a score of 1-0.
Yeah, did a good job. Got out in front of the plate and pulled that ball to left field. Left fielder didn't have to move a whole lot, but did not have a real good shot to try and cut the run down. So early lead for Bridgeport.
And another hit by pitch as Argabright takes one on the backside. He'll head on down to first, and that'll bring up Garrett Tuttle. Garrett Tuttle, a right-handed batter. We should mention that this game taking place as part of the Mountaineer bracket. They've got a Mountaineer bracket and a Herd bracket in this tournament. And the pitch is way outside and past the catcher, and on down to second will go the base runner. So now Argabright into scoring position. Bridgeport already on the board and trying to add to it. Marvin delivers, and time called as he started to pitch. I think the second base bag may have come undone out there, and the base runner was trying to get it back down on the standard while Marvin was getting ready to pitch, and the home plate umpire said, whoa, timeout. Pitch misses for a ball. So again, the lineup for Bridgeport, we've already seen Robbins, the center fielder, Deitzel, the second baseman, Argabright, the first baseman. This is Garrett Tuttle at the plate. And he takes a strike, and it's 2-1. Keegan Adams, the catcher, to follow. Eli Nipper, the shortstop. Eli Smart, the pitcher. Connor Smith, the third baseman. Graham Skosick. Here's a ball hit out into left field, and that one will be caught. Runner will hold up as the throw comes into the infield, and just like that, there's two down.
Tell you what, Marvin, an opportunity here to try and wriggle out a little bit, gave up the one run, but boy, if he could get out of here and not be scathed any further, that'd be a big lift for Mineral County.
Keegan Adams, the catcher, will settle in. We'll get you defensive alignments and all that stuff as soon as we can actually get the scorecard filled out. We're still doing that. Low and away, ball one. Two balls and no strikes. Another sun-splashed day here at Huntington Little League. Swing and a miss. And it's 2-1. I came through quite a bit of rain on my way down out of the hills of southeastern Ohio on my way down to Huntington. But dry when we arrived here. Swing and a foul, and it's 2-2.
I tell you what, kind of scattered. You hear the weathermen all the time say scattered showers. It's been different areas have been hit, with different amounts. There was a couple pretty good deluges over in our area, over in here as well. But
tell you what, they had one before we got started yesterday, and then literally minutes after we finished.
Yeah.
The heavens wept.
Yeah, we were in the video productions truck pulling out and got just in time.
2-2 pitch. Outside, full count. If Adams reaches to extend the inning, Eli Nipper, shortstop, will bat next. Payoff pitch, and he misses high, ball four. So Adams reaches. There's runners at first and second now with two outs, and that will, in fact, bring up the aforementioned Eli Nipper, the shortstop. Eli, a right-handed batter, looking down to coach to gets the sign and taps the bat on the plate, and he's ready to roll. Marvin delivers. And up high, ball one. Down to the final 6 teams in this tournament. We'll be down to 4 after the completion of play tonight. There's a call strike. Cerrito, Canova, and Jefferson sitting in the catbird seat, so to speak. And you've got Bridgeport and Mineral County playing for their life tonight. That one fouled off, 2 strikes. Bridgeport and Mineral County in the Mountaineer bracket, and over in the Herd bracket, it'll be Barbersville and Capital Midwestern that play tonight in our second game. One-two pitch. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Marvin trying to get out of the inning with only 1 run scored. His 2-2 misses and a full count. And he's a pitch away from loading him up for the on-deck batter, which is his counterpart on the hill at game's beginning in Eli Smart. Again, the payoff. And he almost hit him. He misses inside, and that's ball 4. So Nepper to first. Adams on to second. Push Argabright ahead to third. It loads him up with 2 outs for Eli Smart. You talk about an opportunity to help yourself. A big one coming here for Eli Smart, but not before Matt Altabello, the head coach of this Mineral County squad, goes out to talk to his inner defense. Altabello out there trying to remind his team where they need to go and what they need to do in this situation. Tough one to be in.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to give Bridgeport a chance to really kind of bust things open here early. So, you know, we talked before the start of the game, you got to get ahead of the batter. You got to force him to put the ball in play and give your defense a chance to help you. That's the thing with the walks and then hit by bats or hit by pitch is your defense doesn't really have a chance to make a play.
First pitch to Smart misses, ball 1.
I tell you, there's always an adjustment early in a game as well, kind of figuring out where the umpire would like that pitch to be.
Here's a ground ball hit to third, played by the third baseman. He dropped it initially, but Valentine able to recover and step on the bag to retire the oncoming Adams and end the inning. But Bridgeport does get a run. They do so without the benefit of a hit. They strand 3, and we head to the bottom half of the first. It's Bridgeport 1, Mineral County coming to bat. This is the 2025 West Virginia 8-10 Baseball State Tournament from Video Productions.
What is it, Archer?
Bridgeport out to a 1-0 lead, and now the home team, Mineral County, coming to bat. And Rick, as we said in our open, that we saw Mineral County last night, and quite frankly, they did the bulk of their damage right out of the gate. They scored 4, got off to a 4-0 lead, won 7-5.
Yeah, and really had to hang on. I thought they did a good job, and we know, Zeke Valentine came in and kind of played the closer role for them as he went to the mound late in the game, and they did what they need to do to win a good, close game against Central Greenbrier. So look for them to try and get going early, and obviously if you're Bridgeport, you got one on the board. You don't want to allow Mineral County to get any momentum.
Brantley Poland, the right fielder, will lead it off. He'll be followed by Lane Altabello, the catcher, and Eli White, the center fielder. First pitch, missing low and in from Eli Smart, 1-0. Swung on and lifted up and out of play to the left, and it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. That one misses, 2 balls and a strike. Smart delivering and missing away, 3-1.
Wow, just missed the edge of the plate there. Pretty nice pitch, but a little bit outside.
3-1's a called strike. Poland thought he had ball 4, but I'm sure that Smart thought he had strike 2 on the other, or strike 1 rather, on the other pitch. That one misses way outside, and Brantley Poland is on with a leadoff walk, and that'll bring to the plate the catcher, Lane Altabello. Saw Altabello at multiple positions last night. Trying to write this lineup down as we go. That pitch taking a strike. Smart delivers, swung on and fouled back. And it's 0-2. Smart sets at the belt. He delivers and he misses low. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Altabello tripping and going down on his backside as he swings and misses. He is a strikeout victim. Out number 1 here in the bottom half of inning number 1, and that'll bring to the plate the center fielder, Eli White.
Yeah, I tell you, Eli Smart, a nice pitch in on the hands, hard to get extended and put that into play, so good strikeout from that young man.
Pitch from Smart right there on the outside edge of taking strike. Nice pitch. Smart again getting the sign, coming set and delivering, and he misses up and in as he buzzes the tower on Eli White and sends him bending out of the way. 1-ball, 1 strike. Another called strike on the outside corner. Tell you what, early on, Smart working the outside black.
He's very wisely working the outside part of the plate, living up to his name, Eli Smart.
Swing and a miss. One Eli fans another as Smart takes care of White. And there's 2 gone here in the Mineral County first, and that'll bring up the cleanup batter and starting pitcher Luke Marvin. A little bit of a delay before Marvin settles in. Now he's ready to go. Smart delivers and again hits the outside black, a called strike. Called strike 2. Like the home plate blue had to pause and think about it a second before firing out that right hand. 0-2 pitch. Swung on and hit on a line and over the head of the second baseman and out into right center field. A base hit for Marvin. Runner stops at second as the throw comes in, and now Mineral County with runners at first and second and 2 out in the first, and the batter will be Zeke Valentine.
Great 2-strike hitting there from Marvin. He went with the pitch, drove it into right center field, and 2 runners on, and Mineral County with a chance to get some RBIs from Valentine.
Valentine, the starting third baseman, as he was last night before he came in to finish things out on the hill. He looks at one low and in, ball 1. All right, now I've got that Mineral County lineup written down. Brantley Poland, the right fielder. Lane Altabello, the catcher. Eli White, the center fielder. Luke Marvin, the pitcher. There's a strike. Valentine, the third baseman, batting now. Mason Fry, the left fielder, will hit 6th. Dane Kaiser, the second baseman, 7th. Kean Ross, the first baseman, 8th. That pitch fouled off. Jamison Riggleman, an extra hitter, 9th. Chase Hare, the shortstop, 10th. And then a pair of extra hitters in Jacob Henderson, 11th, and Rhett Robinson, 12th. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Valentine. And ball 3. So a payoff pitch about to be delivered by one Eli Smart with 2 on and 2 out. Here it is. Hit back up the middle, past Smart, but played by the second baseman, and he'll deal to first, and the inning is over. Nicely done by Thomas Deitzel, and the inning is over. For Mineral County, they get a hit. They strand 2. We played 1 complete here in Huntington, and it's Bridgeport 1, Mineral County nothing. It's the 2025 8-10 Baseball West Virginia State Tournament here on Video Productions.
Doesn't wait, so neither should your care. Whether it's a cough, fever, or stomach bug, Access Plus is here for those urgent moments.
From bumps and bruises to stitches and even x-rays, we've got you covered with extended hours and walk-in care for the whole family.
You do not have to be an Access Health patient to be seen. No appointments, no hassle, just quality care when you need it.
Access Health, where care meets community.
On we go to inning number 2 here in Huntington, where Bridgeport, on the heels of a first inning run off to a 1-0 lead, they will send to the plate here in the second. Connor Smith, Graham Skasik, and John Wayne, we are told, Policano. We're taking time out of our schedule to come down and do the game. We don't have a look at the roster beforehand, and then when you arrive literally about 8 minutes before the start of first pitch, it kind of makes the game prep a little tough. We have standards to live up to, which apparently we met last night. I don't know if we did a good job or if they were just hard up and needed somebody to call the game, and they settled for us. We did have a pulse.
That was my job interview. I don't know about yours.
They had a doctor waiting at the bottom of the stairs.
Do you have a pulse?
Connor Smith to lead it off, right-handed hitting third baseman for Bridgeport. Marvin's first pitch to him is a called strike. Smith to be followed by Skasik and Policano here in the second. Marvin's pitch, a swing and a miss at one up in the eyes of Smith. Probably chased one that he shouldn't have, and he's down no balls and 2 strikes. 1 and 2. Rick, you talk about Bridgeport and low for a number of years now. They have had, not only at the youth level, the high school level, tremendous baseball program up in north central West Virginia. There's a taken strike 3.
Yeah, they've been really a dominant force at all levels for baseball, and Little League no different. And a lot of tradition there, and that means a lot.
We're actually going to see 2 of the state's perennial powers tonight in Bridgeport in Game 1 and Barbersville in Game 2. Swing and a miss by the right fielder, Graham Skasic. Left-handed batter. Marvin delivers. It's swung on and hit out into right center field, and that'll drop for a base hit. Right fielder Poland gets it back in, but a 1-out hit for Skasic and the first hit of the evening for Bridgeport.
Yeah, he took the ball. It was out over the plate. He pulled it into right center field, and really good contact, and just kept his head down and stayed on the pitch. And Marvin will have to try and kind of regroup a little bit here and try and nip this in the bud.
Another left-handed batter in John Wayne Policano, and he looks at ball 1. Ground ball back up the middle, knocked down by the pitcher. Marvin won't recover in time, though, and all hands are safe. His momentum taking him to the first base side of the mound, and when he reached back at it, he got a glove on it, but then couldn't recover in time to make the play.
Yeah, it was almost a great effort that caused a little bit of the problem. He did a good job knocking it down, but then it bounced away from him, and before he could corral it, had no play on either one of the runners.
Left fielder Easton Gothrop looks at ball 1. So Bridgeport trying to stir it up with back-to-back 2-out hits here in the second and add to what right now sits at a 1-0 lead. Way outside, 2-0. Defensively for Mineral County, Marvin the pitcher, Altabello the catcher, Ross, Kaiser, Hare, and Valentine, first, second, short, and third. The outfield from left to right, Fry, White, and Poland. Squaring to bunt was the batter. He offers at it. That's a strike. The runner breaks for third. The throw gets through third. Here comes the second runner to third. He's out, but a run's going to score. So that will be, for Skasic, a stolen base and a throwing error that scores him. Give Policano a steal of second. But then he is going to be out.
But I think Coach Altabello, I don't know if he's questioning that, but I'm wondering,
if he's thinking bad or interference?
Well, that, or I thought possibly is he thinking maybe when he offered it to bunt, maybe he made contact, maybe tipped it.
I don't think he made contact. I think maybe what Coach Altabello is saying is that Gothrop actually came out into the front of the batter's box, maybe even out in front of the plate, and maybe hindered the ability of the younger Altabello who's catching to make a throw down to, an accurate throw that is, down to third base.
But discussions are over and back to play.
So an 0-1 count, I believe. They haven't put it up yet, but he did offer at that pitch, the first pitch. He doesn't there, and it's 1-1. Actually, they've got 3-2 up on the board. I don't know if that's correct. Swing and a miss. Obviously, it's not, because Three balls and 2 strikes on the board, and a swing and a miss. Gothrop is out on strikes, and the inning is over. But they do get a run on 2 hits There was one error and no runners left on base. We're in the middle of inning number 2. Bridgeport with single runs in each of the first 2 innings. They lead Mineral County 2-0. This is the West Virginia 8-10 Baseball State Tournament here on Video Productions.
Plan? No problem. Just wing it. Whether it's a 6 or 10-piece order of our mouth-watering traditional wings or our flavorful boneless wings, now get them smothered in our new garlic parmesan sauce. Gino's Pizza and Spaghetti House. Just wing it.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
From our made-from-scratch biscuit sandwiches to hearty breakfast wraps, Tudor's Biscuit World serves up a taste of simpler times. Now pair your favorite sandwich or wrap with a refreshing iced coffee combo. This is Biscuit Country, where made-from-scratch never tasted better.
2-0 Bridgeport as we venture on into the bottom half of inning number 2. Randy Payton, Rick Marone, and Coach, we mentioned a program like Bridgeport, they've kind of got the history behind them. Obviously, it's a different team, but just the thought of knowing what to do when you get into a situation like this, and at least here in the opening moments, they've got Mineral County playing from their heels.
Yeah, fundamentals. That's been a trademark of the program, not beating yourself and limiting mistakes, and that's what they do, and it puts a lot of pressure on the opponents to play. You don't have to play a perfect game, but you really don't want to make mistakes that can come back to bite you.
It'll be Mason Fry to lead it off here in the second for Mineral County. Eli Smart's first pitch sails behind him, ball 1. It'll be Fry, Kaiser, and Ross. At least those 3 here in the second for Mineral County. There's a called strike, 1-1. And the 1-1 missing low, 2 balls and a strike. Ball 3. We'll set the Bridgeport defense for you here in just a second, something that we didn't have the opportunity to do earlier. And ball 4. Plate umpire had to twice coax young Mr. Fry down to first. He's there with a leadoff walk, second time in as many innings that the leadoff man has walked. We'll see if they can do something with it here in the second inning, and it'll be Dane Kaiser, the second baseman, to settle in.
Kaiser last night getting some mound duties for this Mineral County team.
Right-handed hitter. Smart delivers, taking strike. Smart's the pitcher. Adams is the catcher. At first, it's Argabright. Second is Deitzel. Shortstop Nepper. Third baseman is Smith. The outfield from left to right, Gothrop, Robbins, and Skazik. Here's a ground ball hit back up the middle. Second baseman Fields. Tag the bag for 1. Throw to first. That's a double play. Nice job by the second baseman, Deitzel. He made the play and then extended that right leg to tag the bag and then got the throw on to first in time to double up Kaiser.
Yeah, I tell you what, great decision by Deitzel. You know, you could flip that and try and get the turn with the shortstop. He was close enough. It was a long stretch of a step, but it cuts down on the time, and, boy, it was a clean double play. Great execution.
Kean Ross will bat with 2 outs. Smart delivers, and Ross swings and sends 1 out to left, but right there camping and catching is Gothrop, and just like that, a promising second inning start goes for naught. Mineral County, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We have played 2 here in Huntington. It's Bridgeport 2, Mineral County nothing. This is the 2025 West Virginia 8-10 Baseball State Tournament from Video Productions.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do, a Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
At Polka Valley, we offer a full suite of conventional, government, and West Virginia housing loan products, strong construction loans, and 100% financing to qualified applicants. Visit us online or call us today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Two 0 Bridgeport with single runs in each of the first two innings. There you see the line score, 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors for Bridgeport, 0-1-1 for Mineral County. And Bridgeport will send up its final batter, extra hitter Archer Toms. He is the 12th batter in their order, and he'll be followed by the leadoff man Robbins and the second baseman Deitzel here in the third. Little delay between innings. I think they're allowing the umpires to get a cold drink. Either that or they're just chilling down there talking. Again, 2 games tonight, 2 games tomorrow night. Championship on Thursday. Marvin was ready to pitch. And he was halted in the middle of his delivery. So we'll start again. Marvin's first pitch, called strike. Right-handed hitter is Archer Toms, and fortunately he wasn't 3 or 4 inches taller. He would have been pegged in the head, but he's able to get down and under it. And it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count.
Marvin's been a little bit wild at times, but sometimes being a little bit wild is an advantage.
1-1 is a pitch up and out of the strike zone that Toms went ahead and swung at and got a piece of it and fouls it off to the left, just past the third base dugout. Ball and 2 strikes. Marvin to the plate, and a swing and a ground ball back up the middle. He tried to barehand it. It got off of his hand, and there's no play now at first.
Yeah, give Marvin credit for the effort, but once he committed to try to barehand, that's got to be a perfect pickup. He was unable to corral it and end up with Toms at first base.
Looks like he actually had a chance to use his glove to make the play. Instead, he chose the hand and bobbled it, and thus the base runner. At least we're going to call it an error. I don't know how they're doing it over on the official scoring, but bottom line is Toms at first with nobody out, and here's Cannon Robbins, who was hit by a pitch. He hits this one hard back into right field, and it clears the head of the right fielder Poland and goes all the way to the fence. And the batter never looked up and was continuing to run to third base. Now the throw is past the home plate area, and everybody's able to scamper back safely.
Give Robbins a double. He ran right up the back of Toms.
He put his head down and just kept right on going, and when he put his head up, he found out that his teammate was standing at third base with him. The throw was wild, but Bridgeport not able to take advantage of it and score a run, but they do have runners at second and third.
Exactly, and I tell you what, Toms would have been dead meat at the plate on a good throw, so good call from the coach there, but Cannon Robbins hammered that one to the fence.
There's Marvin delivering, and that one swung on and hit out into center field. Coming is White to make the catch. The runner tags at third. The throw will go that way. And a sacrifice fly, the second in as many at-bats for Thomas Deitzel. So he's knocked in 2 of the 3, and Bridgeport has a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, good job. Just put it in play. If you can get it out of the infield, you're pretty much going to be guaranteed to get that runner in. And good play out there in center field, keeping that runner at second base, throwing the base ahead.
Here's Argabright. He looks at ball 1. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. So the error on the opening batter of the inning comes back to haunt Mineral County. Marvin delivers, bounces it up there, past the catcher into the backstop, and on to third will come Cannon Robbins. So now a 4th run.
And you got to kind of check defensively. Do you bring that infield in and try and, contest that run, or are you going to play back and let him come on contact? We'll see.
Playing slightly in at the corners and at double play depth up the middle. A ball. 3-0. Again, for the uninitiated, Little League 6 innings, so you might be looking at it and saying we're still early in the game. Actually, we're at the halfway point. So when you bring up trying to bring the infield in and cut off a run, we're not exactly late in the game, but we're not early either.
Exactly, and I think in a tight game and this type of situation, it's got to go with what you do. Second base is back. Shortstop's kind of splitting the difference.
And that pitch up high for a ball, and Argabright draws a walk. So he goes down to first. Robbins remains at third. 1 out in the inning.
On down to second, uncontested. Just goes on down and takes the extra base.
Oh, that's what happens when you look down and
you're going to have to pick up your game.
So they're at second and third. Here's Garrett Tuttle, who flied to left his first time up, and he looks at ball 1 here. Tell you what, he comes up with a base hit, and they score a couple of runs. That's going to put Mineral County in a big, big hole. Pitch misses, 2 balls and no strikes. Swing and a foul at the plate. 2-1. And the winner of this game, that one over top of the head of the batter, but no advance.
They'll play Jefferson tomorrow night.
That would be correct. Jefferson, like Cerrito Canova, as we said earlier, in the catbird seat. There's another walk. And they're loaded with 1 out for Keegan Adams.
And again, these two teams met in round 2. Bridgeport got the better of that one. But if you're Mineral County, that game got away from them a little bit as well. And I tell you what, Adams, a very proficient hitter. He walked last time up, but big opportunity for some RBIs.
Marvin comes set and delivers. Swing and a miss off the mitt of the catcher. Runner at third. Robbins thought about it, but Altabello recovers quickly. No balls and a strike. The 0-1. Called strike 2.
If you're Adams now, you got to be in a defensive mode. You got to try and put it in play somewhere.
No balls and 2 strikes. Pitch. Swing and a roller to the left side, and a seeing eye hit. It got between the third baseman and the shortstop. 2 runs are going to score, and it is a 5-0 ball game. Both the third baseman and the shortstop Both dove for it, but it worked its way magically right in between them, and 2-run score.
Yeah, it wasn't a full cut, but it was a kind of a half swing, but he made contact, put it in play, and it had seeing eyes, as you mentioned, got between short and third. And Bridgeport in go mode, so to speak, and both runners get in for 2 more runs.
Eli Nepper, the shortstop who walked in his first plate appearance. Swings and hits one hard to third. Field it, step on the bag, and the force out of the runner at second, Tuttle. Nice job by Valentine. He thought about winging it across the diamond, trying to turn 2, but held on to it. They get the sure second out.
Yep, kind of surprised he didn't. I mean, we saw his arm last night on the mound, and I think he had a good opportunity there to get Nepper, but, played it a little bit safe, and we're going to have a pinch runner coming in for Bridgeport.
Tuttle, who just got forced.
Yeah, the last man out can pinch run for the catcher or pitcher, so give him a chance to get geared up.
Speaking of the pitcher, Eli Smart settles in. Something going on down the right field line, but they've got that lined out, and we're ready to resume action.
Yeah, the pitch count is piling up on one Mr. Marvin, 59 pitches.
Again, this inning started, too, with that ground ball back to him that he couldn't barehand. Here's a fly ball out into center. White will make the catch. Third out of the inning, and the inning is over. But a scoring inning and then some for Bridgeport. They get 3 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error and 2 runners left on base. We are in the middle of inning number 3 here in Huntington. It is Bridgeport 5, Mineral County nothing. It's the 2025 West Virginia 810 Baseball State Tournament here on Video Productions.
Trojan Landing Marine is now Charleston's newest power sports dealership. We now carry Segway side-by-sides, Royal Enfield, and Benelli motorcycles. Royal Enfield has been making motorcycles for over 120 years. At Trojan Landing, our Segway sport and utility vehicles all start under $20,000, and all of our bikes are under $10,000. We have a wide selection of helmets, clothing, riding gear, and more. We're now your water, road, and dirt dealership.
This summer at Dan Calva Toyota World, we have trucks, and more trucks. With over 250 Toyota trucks here and on the way, we guarantee we have a truck for you. Come check out our 2025 hybrid Tacomas that offer 326 horsepower and 4.75% for 60 months. So come get your brand new Toyota truck today at Dan Calva Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
Historically, joint replacement surgery required an extended hospital stay of 3 to 5 days or more. But now with our improved techniques, it can be done as a same-day surgery. You get home sooner, you're more comfortable at home. I got into medicine to help people. Then with joint replacement surgery, I can see immediate results, eliminating a patient's joint pain and really changing their life. At W Medicine, we're able to get people back to living their lives.
5-0 Bridgeport as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Randy Payton, Rick Marone, happy to have you along tonight, wherever you might be consuming our broadcast, be it Facebook, YouTube. I don't know where else it's out there, but it's out there. We can't hide from it. Jamison Riggleman leads it off for Mineral County here in the 3rd and hits the first pitch to the first baseman. Argabright will field and go over and tag the bag. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Tell you what, Eli Smart, very efficient. You see him working here. He's already got an out in the 3rd inning, and he's only at 31 pitches. So he's around the plate, gets ahead of the hitters, and that's the recipe for success when you're on the mound.
He'll face Chase Hare, the shortstop. Smart delivers. Hare looks at ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Home plate umpire telling the catcher Adams, I got it. And he goes out and hand delivers the ball to the pitcher.
Service with a smile,
I guess. There's a foul ball. And it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count.
Tell you one thing too, Randy, from years ago, people don't mention the umpires really padded from the waist up. I mean, there's no shin guards or anything around their legs. So, talk about catchers with the tools of ignorance. Umpires got to be nimble on their toes at times.
I don't care how hot it is. If I get the home plate nod, the assignment, I'm gearing up. I think a lot of these guys don't because it's 100 degrees out here. But
yeah, I'm going head to toe.
I like my shins too much. 3-2 pitch, ball 4. So Hare's on with a 1-out walk. And that'll bring to the plate one of the extra hitters in Jacob Henderson.
At the bottom of that order for Mineral County, big key here, need to get a couple guys on and bring the top of the order up with Brantley Poland and company, but Henderson's next up.
Right-handed batter. Pitch missing low and in and got away from the catcher, and on down to second will go Hare.
He was no tortoise running down there. He did a nice job.
Oh,
wow.
Sounded like it got him.
Hit him on the helmet. Wow, he was fortunate. It caught right, it looked like about the bill.
I was going to say somewhere in between the bill and the ear flap.
Yeah, he kind of turned into it. Very fortunate there.
He kind of looked at it as he looked back at the home plate umpire and said, did I get hit or was that a foul ball? I mean,
yeah.
Took some coaxing for him to go down to first. Now time called. And we'll have a meeting on the mound.
We mentioned our second game tonight about 30 minutes after the completion of this one. Barbersville, and then a team that we saw last night, Capital Midwestern, with a exciting win last night.
2-run rally in the bottom of the 6th to oust Madison 3-2.
And that was a great ball game. Both sides played well, and Capital Midwestern pulled it out. But again, the format, Randy, really, those teams that had that extra day yesterday, kind of rest, recover, come back today, and then you think about Sriti Canova and Jefferson. I mean, 2 days off in tournament play. That's nice to have.
It's nice in terms of getting your pitching straightened out, but I don't know. You've coached baseball before. Would you rather keep playing?
I would with momentum, but when you're looking at having fresh pitchers and being able to bring your number one man and having everyone available, I think it's a big advantage.
Rhett Robinson is the batter, and he pops one up behind the plate, and the catcher, Adams, slow to figure out where it was at and couldn't get back there in time. It falls untouched, strike one.
Thing is, tomorrow, whoever wins tonight moves into tomorrow. It's single elimination from there on out. I mean, it's win or go home, so the pressure is equal.
Called strike 2. Robinson probably thought that was a tad low, but
now with 2 strikes, he's got to be protecting the plate.
Strike 3 called. Kind of a check swing, and he's rung up on a pitch on the outside edge. Robinson is gone for out number 2, and now we'll turn the lineup over for the leadoff batter, Brantley Poland, who walked in inning number 1. Poland settles in as Eli Smart tries to get back to the dugout. His first pitch to Poland is up and in and off the mid of the catcher. And each runner will advance.
Huge opportunity right here for Mineral County. And Poland, a very good hitter. Opportunity here to get them on the scoreboard.
Base hit should mean 2. Swing and a foul. Or no, actually it was a swing and a miss, and it got away from the catcher. 1 run scores. Here's the second one coming to the plate, and he's going to be out. So Hare is home from third. Henderson tried to make the magic happen too, but they throw him out at the plate to end the inning. Mineral County gets a run, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We played 3. It is Bridgeport 5 and Mineral County 1. This is the 2025 West Virginia 810 Baseball State Tournament from Video Productions.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
At Polka Valley, we offer a full suite of conventional, government, and West Virginia housing loan products, strong construction loans, and 100% financing to qualified applicants. Visit us online or call us today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Trojan Landing Marine is now Charleston's newest power sports dealership. We now carry Segway side-by-sides, Royal Enfield, and Benelli motorcycles. Royal Enfield has been making motorcycles for over 120 years. At Trojan Landing, our Segway sport and utility vehicles all start under $20,000, and all of our bikes are under $10,000. We have a wide selection of helmets, clothing, riding gear, and more. We're now your water, road, and dirt dealership.
3 inning totals for Bridgeport, 5 runs, 4 hits, no errors. For Mineral County, 1 run, 1 hit, and 2 errors. We go to the top half of inning number 4, and it will be Connor Smith, the third baseman, to lead it off for Bridgeport, just as he did in inning number 2, and that at-bat resulted in a strikeout swinging. So we'll see if he got, or if he has any better luck here in inning number 4. Luke Marvin delivers and bounces it up there, ball 1. Bridgeport with 1 in the first, 1 in the second, and 3 big ones in the third to stretch things out a little bit. They have a 5-1 lead as we play in the 4th. 1-0 pitch. Called strike.
They've scored in each inning. I mean, if you're Mineral County, you got to win the inning. You got to hold them. You've got to run on the board now. You've got to hold them and put a goose egg up there and give your offense a chance.
The 0-1 pitch is swung on and popped up. That will clear the backstop and the press box. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. This one swung on and lined out into center field, a base hit. Connor Smith goes up and attacks a high pitch out of the strike zone, but Ricky got the bat around. They will make contact and drop it into center for a base hit.
I tell you, a tough place to live is up in the zone out over the plate. Good hitters are going to catch up to that pitch if it's not super high. That one was just above the belt, and he really tattooed it right back up the middle.
Graham Skasic, who singled his first time up, will settle in. Called strike on the outside.
Yep, Skasic scored a run as well, so he was part of that attack in the second inning.
That one up and in and past the catcher, and the runner will go to second, and the throw is bouncing past the second baseman and will go on into center field. So a wild pitch and then an error on the throw that allows Smith to go to third, and Bridgeport about to take up residency in Fat City here in the 4th inning. Up and in, and again, Skasic getting out of the way of it. It got away from Altabello, but he recovers in time to chase Smith back to third.
Yeah, this is a dangerous time for Mineral County. You got no outs. You got a man on third, and Skasik, a dangerous hitter.
Fouled right back. 2-2.
And Marvin encroaching on the pitch limit.
Of course, we talked about that last night, 75. He's setting at 68 right now. Pitch number 69 misses low and away, and it's a full count, 3-2. Now the payoff, and he bounces it up there, ball 4. Got away from Altabello. He can't find it. Now he does. He tries to tag the runner, and the runner able to dive back in, and they say out. That'll be an interesting replay to look at. So it'll be a walk for Skasik. Here you'll see the runner. I'm telling you, I didn't think he tagged him, and then when he dove in, the hand got to the plate first.
Yeah, there was no signal there on the first attempt, and then when they tried to scurry back, then the umpire actually went back in time and pointed back to the first attempt. So hard to tell from that angle, but like you said, kind of a risky play there by Smith trying to score on the ball that was really sitting right behind the home plate.
So the runner's at second, Skasik with 1 out, and here's John Wayne Policano. He looks at ball 1. Mineral County might have caught a break right there in the fact that out was the call on the runner and the deficit stays at 4. That pitch misses inside, 2 balls and no strikes. I didn't think with the naked eye that they got the tag, and I still didn't think on the replay, but they're not paying me to umpire.
No, you got your hands full up here.
I do.
And we'll see if Marvin can dispatch the batter here. He's at 73 pitches.
2-1 pitch is again fouled up and out of play. That means the next pitch that Marvin delivers will be the magical 75th. He will be able to complete the at-bat with this batter, Policano, but his day on the mound will be done after this hitter. 2-2 pitch, ball 3. Five to 1 Mineral County as we play in the top half. Or Mineral, I should say Bridgeport leading 5-1 as we play in the top half of the 4th. And that one through, and it's ball 4. Runner will go to third. So they've got him on the corners with nobody out. And that should be the end of the night for the pitcher, Marvin. We'll see who ends up going to the hill. I think it's going to be the right fielder. Looks like we're going to get a new right fielder, and the right fielder, Poland, will go into pitch. And who is that going to right? My eyesight's not that good. Rhett Robinson. Rhett Robinson is going to right field. So Robinson, who was one of the extra hitters, he will go in now and play defensively in right field. Marvin will exit the game in terms of playing defense, and Poland will take over on the bump. And a tough spot to be in with runners on the corners and 1 out, and your team down 5-1 in the 4th.
Yeah, your job's to come in, minimize the damage, and trying to get out of this inning and get back into the dugout and try and chip into that lead. Two more, actually 3 more at bats for Mineral County.
First batter that Poland is going to face will be Easton Gothrop, who struck out swinging his first time up back in inning number 2.
And knock on wood.
Or for Micah.
Or for Micah. It looks like the weather, I think, has moved on through, we hope. And we have a window of time here. It's beautiful out here.
And you got to expect, too, if you've got good weather and you've got Barbersville in Game 2, you're probably going to have a pretty nice crowd here for Game 2.
I think that would be a good bet. And they're seeing great baseball, good quality baseball all week in this West Virginia State Tournament, 8-10. And the winner, of course, on Thursday will advance to the regional tournament, and they'll be representing West Virginia.
We didn't find that out last night as to whether or not Greenville, North Carolina remains the host of that. That actually started as the Tournament of State Champions, which was hosted down at Mitch Stadium at CK Little League.
You may have been there.
I may have been there for a few of them, and I think the folks at CK actually thought at that time Little League Baseball was talking about making a World Series for that age level, and when they decided not to do so, then I think the folks at CK, it was a lot of work to put the tournament together, and the folks down at Greenville took it over. Nice to know that Sis is watching tonight.
Yeah, you're her number one broadcaster, so your number one fan is in attendance virtually. But we appreciate not just her, but everybody tuning in. And
I'm glad I have one fan.
You do have one, the Randy Payton Fan Club. One member. Gold member.
Meetings don't take very long.
No.
They're in session and then they're adjourned. All right, here's Easton Gothrop, and the first pitch is in the dirt, and from the sounds of it, it got the umpire in the belly. Ooh,
at least it wasn't his shins.
Apparently Poland trying to keep the deficit at 4. Gothrop settles back in. Poland delivers. Gothrop swings and misses. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Squaring the bunt and taking the bat back, and the pitch misses outside, 2-1 to Gothrop. Tell you what, that sign out there in left center, hit it here, slush puppy. That sounds pretty good right now,
And my shaved ice truck out in right field.
That might be a between. Huh. If you follow the website, or if you follow, what is that, AI?
AI.
Well, AI is not SMART all the time.
No.
AI says no regional. There's a walk to Gothrop. Man, the bases are now loaded for the final batter in the Bridgeport order, and that's Archer Toms. He's got a chance to do some major damage out of that bottom spot. He pops it up and into the seats along the third base side, 0-1. We don't often get to say that the batter in the 12 spot has the opportunity to wield a productive stick, but that's exactly the situation that Archer Toms is in here. The 0-1 to him, and he looks at strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. Infield drawn in. They're looking to get the run or the runner at the plate. Swing and a miss. And a big strikeout for Brantley Poland, a second out of the inning. But still one more to negotiate, and to do that, he'll have to do it against the leadoff batter, Cannon Robbins, who has been hit by a pitch and scored and doubled and scored. So he's been right in the middle of all of it when Bridgeport has made its hay offensively. Poland delivers, and it's a swing and a liner to right field. That's a base hit. It'll score 1. Second run coming to the plate. Throw comes in from the right fielder, and it gets past the catcher, and another run is going to score, and all of a sudden it's an 8-1 ball game. 2-run single for Robbins. Goes to second on the throw. The single scoring Skasik and Policano. And Gothrop will score on an E9. And this one hit toward the shortstop. Hare will field. He'll throw to first. And the inning is over. But for Bridgeport, 3 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error and 1 runner left on base. Bridgeport has blown it open a little bit. We're in the middle of the 4th, and they lead Mineral County 8-1. This is the West Virginia 810 Baseball 2025 State Tournament from Video Productions. There's the base hit in the last inning that produced 2 runs, and then there'll be a throwing error here at the end of the play that allows the 3rd run to score and Bridgeport to open up an 8-1 lead. Bridgeport now in the game with 6 hits. Mineral County with 3 errors. And we go to the bottom half of the 4th, and it will be the pitcher, Brantley Poland, to lead it off. If a ball got away from somebody or somebody didn't have enough protective equipment on.
Yeah, somebody in the bullpen and the kind of the watcher that's on this side has to have a helmet on too.
Here's Poland, swings and hits the first pitch to the 3rd baseman. And Smith's throw to first gets past first base. And Poland will end up at second base. So that's exactly what Mineral County wanted, was a leadoff base runner, and they get it on the throwing error. And Lane Altabello will come to the plate with a teammate out in scoring position at second base and nobody out. Mineral County, as Altabello looks at a strike, Mineral County has just 1 hit thus far, and that was a 2-out single in the first by Luke Marvin. Eli Smart steps off and now steps back on. He works from the stretch. Pitches. Called strike. 0-2. Altabello, a strikeout victim, swinging in inning number 1. Outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Altabello now, Eli White waiting to bat next. Eli Smart delivers, and just missing 2-2. Smart, a quick worker, sets at the belt, pours it plateward, swung on, fouled back. It's a good thing that they don't pay attention to that coming set rule at this level, because when Smart sets at the belt, the next thing he's doing is pitching. Up high, ball 3. Of course, at the big time, you have to come set. Otherwise, they'll call a balk on you. Payoff. Swung on and fouled back. So one more time. Smart with the 3-2. Check swing, and he rung him up about 2 seconds late. Altabello started to go to first. He thought it missed low and in, and then the strike call from the home plate umpire, and Altabello is out number 1 here in inning number 4. Eli White, a strikeout victim, swinging in inning number 1. Talked about how the pitch count got Marvin out of the game for Mineral County. There's a self-defense swing that ends up a foul ball over toward the third base side, 0-1 by Eli White. That pitch by Eli Smart, his 54th. So he's still got a ways to go before he gets to that 75 count. Here's a little pop-up over the head of the shortstop and on out into center field. The runner will scamper home, Brantley Poland. And it's an 8-2 ball game on a base hit and an RBI by Eli White.
Good job by White. Just goes with the pitch, knocks it right over the infield, and knocks in Brantley Poland. And Mineral County not going away here, trying to chip away at that lead.
Here's Luke Marvin, who, as of a few moments ago, had the only hit for Mineral County prior to White's RBI single. He looks at ball 1. Started the game as the pitcher. He's in there now as an extra hitter. Swing and a miss. And it's a ball and a strike. One in, one on, one out here in the 4th. Blowing away. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that one outside, 3-1. We are working to restore our center field camera. We have temporarily lost it. And the 3-1 pitch hits him. Marvin went down to his back, and somebody came up and said, "Don't be dramatic, get up and go down to first." And that's exactly what he does. So he's hit by a pitch, and there's now runners at first and second with 1 out. And Zeke Valentine at the plate, and Rick Valentine more than capable of, with 1 swing, getting his team right back in this game.
Yes, sir.
Now time called. I don't think we're going to get a pitching change, but we are going to get a conference just to make sure that everybody's on the same page. And we are going to get a pitching change, which goes to show you what I know. You don't have to agree with that. I know you want to. And who is our new pitcher?
It was a straight switch with one of the
Is it 12?
extra hitters.
Turn around, young man.
Number 2.
Number 2. And that means, drum roll please, Graham Skazik will come from right field and take over on the hill. Smart still had 15 pitches before he reached the limit, but of course these coaches obviously know their players better than we do, and perhaps with Valentine, we mentioned he's got a potent bat, perhaps with him coming up, that Bridgeport folks thought, let's get him a look at a different pitcher. So Skasik will come on with a run in, 1 out, and runners at first and second. There, we've got our center field camera back. Zeke Valentine, who grounded out to second his first time up, settles in. Skasik, a long look for the sign, has it. And he pitches. And Valentine swings and fouls it off, 0-1. No balls and a strike to Valentine. Pitch. Swung on, popped up. Skasik almost on the mound. Part of him was still on the mound when he made the catch. He retires Valentine, and Rick records a big second out.
Yeah, that's huge right there. He kind of had him fooled a little bit, got it in on the hands, and popped it up. Infield fly rule in effect as well, but the ball corralled by Skasik and 2 outs.
Here's Mason Fry, who walked his first time up. Ball 1. Skasik with the 1-0, and that one misses up and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Pitch misses just away, and it's 3-0, and he's a pitch away from loading him up for Dane Kaiser. And he bounces it up there for ball 4, and the bases are in fact loaded. So Kaiser, who put the ball in play his first time, but hit it right at the second baseman, Deitzel, who made the play. Trying to come up with a more productive at-bat as he steps in here in the 4th. Skazik's pitch, and Kaiser a swing and a miss. Even though there's 2 outs, Rick, you really feel like if you're Mineral County right here, you got to get something more than the 1 run that you've got in this inning.
Yeah, I tell you what, the outfield really pinching in. If Kaiser can get one out into the field, into gaps, it could be Katie bar the door there, but you're right. You don't want to waste this opportunity if you're Mineral County.
Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. So Skasik a strike away from being the worm that wiggles off the hook. The 0-2. Strike 3 called. And the inning is over for Mineral County. They get a run on 1 hit. There was 1 error and 3 runners left on base. We played 4 complete here in Huntington. It is Bridgeport 8, Mineral County 2. It's the 2025 West Virginia 810 Baseball State Tournament from Video Productions.
Doesn't wait, so neither should your care. Whether it's a cough, fever, or stomach bug, Access Plus is here for those urgent moments.
From bumps and bruises to stitches and even x-rays, we've got you covered with extended hours and walk-in care for the whole family.
You do not have to be an Access Health patient to be seen. No appointments, no hassle, just quality care when you need it.
Access Health, where care meets community.
Back here in Huntington, Randy Payton, Rick Marone. We are through 4 complete, aren't we?
Yes, sir.
We got 4 out there on the board, but it should be the top of the 5th as Bridgeport comes to bat. They lead at 8-2.
And a tough way to go for Mineral County. You had 2 runners on base, unable to push any more across, so they're still down 6 with just 2 more innings to play. And if you're Bridgeport, they've scored every inning. So, if you're managing a baseball team and you can get on the scoreboard every inning, you're going to be in pretty good shape.
So we begin the top of the 5th with Preston Argabright, and he looks at ball 1. Argabright hit by a pitch and walks, so still searching for a first official at bat. Poland delivers, and he swings and lines one foul down the third base line. A ball and a strike. Argabright, Tuttle, and Adams for Bridgeport here in the 5th. Winner, as Rick said earlier, gets Jefferson tomorrow night. That pitch scoots through. 2 balls and 1 strike. At the first game tomorrow or the second?
That will be the 7:30 game tomorrow night.
That pitch way outside.
Be the nightcap.
That's a 3-ball, 1 strike count. Swung on and hit hard. It hit the third base bag. Ricochets to the shortstop, who makes the throw but not in time. A line hugger off the bat of Argabright, so much so that it hit the third base bag and caromed over to the left toward the shortstop Hare, who made the play and fired over to first base, but not in time to get the speedy Argabright. Base hit. Here is Tuttle, and he swings and sends one out to center, and it clears the head of the center fielder. White couldn't pull it in, and they're going to have runners at second and third and nobody out. I didn't see if he got a hand on that ball or not.
He kind of misplayed. He kind of got frozen when the ball was in the air. I don't know if he actually touched it or not, but I'm going to give Tuttle a 2-base hit.
That's what I'm giving him as well.
Being the generous one that I am.
You don't get to hear that nearly enough, do you?
No, I haven't hurt my arm patting myself on the back either.
Here's Keegan Adams. Little check swing, and it cost him strike 1. Adams walked in the first and had a 2-run single as part of the 3-run third. He got a chance if he can get another hit here and drive in 2 more to have a huge day. Bounces up there, and the third base runner, Argabright, started, and then he got that shot collar put into effect and stopped where he was at and headed back to third.
Wise decision.
Yes, sir. The 1-1 pitch. Outside, 2-1. So Bridgeport with a 6-run advantage late and trying to play add-on. 2-1 pitch. Ball 3. And now pulling the pitch away from really getting into a tough spot. You don't want the bases loaded ever, but you definitely don't want it with nobody out. And it's outside, ball 4, and that's the situation that they're going to be in. So 3 on and nobody out. And Eli Nepper coming to the plate. He walked in the first and then hit into a fielder's choice grounder to third base in the 3rd inning. Ball 1. There's a called strike. We talked about it yesterday about pitching depth, and you know, when you're in these elimination games, it's all hand on deck, but sometimes when the deeper you go into a tournament, here's a ground ball into left field for a base hit. 1 run will score. They'll try to get the second one. The runner at third got way off the bag and somehow was able to work his way back in. Nice get back at first by Tuttle as he went in backside and then used his left hand to get in on the base.
Yeah, very athletic play there to get back. He was caught off of third. He was going to go, then he tried to stop and return to third, and the throw come in behind him. But as you mentioned, he avoided the tag and keeps the bases loaded for Bridgeport.
Eli Smart trying to help his own cause. And he looks at a strike. He is hit into a fielder's choice and flied to center. Point I was trying to make is sometimes the deeper you go in these tournaments, you run out of pitching. Here's a fly ball down the left field line. It's a fair ball. It's going to go to the corner. 2 runs are going to score. Here's the third coming to the plate. The relay throw is offline and out is the call at first as the runner ends up at third. So they get a 2-run double by Eli Smart. And Nepper is thrown out at the plate. But 2 more runs are in, and it's an 11-2 ball game.
I tell you, Bridgeport always in the aggressive mode on the bases. Always got the green light rounding third, it seems, and that puts a lot of pressure on the defense. And Mineral County fortunate they were able to get Nepper at the plate, or it would have been another run.
Connor Smith, who's 1 for 2, looks at a pitch over his head. Ball 1, his 1 hit, a single in the 4th inning. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Ball and a strike. Swung on, lifted up, and out of play off to the right. Along the concourse near the first base dugout.
Yeah, you could have run down and corralled that and got a free slushie. Turned that in at the concession. And
I can't run at all anymore. That pitch misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes. If I raced a pregnant turtle, I'd finish third. That's the epitome. You time me with a calendar or a sundial. That one fouled back into the screen, and something got knocked off of the screen. I don't know if that was part of our equipment or somebody else's. Here's a shot hit past the shortstop. Tried to play it on the short hop, did Hare, and it got past him and on out into left center field, and another run is in. That'll be an error that allows Smart to score. And now it's a 10-run lead for Bridgeport. Graham Skasik, who has singled and scored, walked and scored. And that pitch in the dirt and on down to second will go Smith. And that pitch up. 2 balls and no strikes. That one hit to first, played by the first baseman. He will tag the bag. And that's the second out of the inning. The 2-out batter will be John Wayne Policano. No balls and a strike. Bounces up there. Runner at third starts down the line, but now retreats. 1 ball, 1 strike. Policano has singled, walked, and scored. Hits this one off the end of the bat, foul down the third base line. 1-2. Second game of our doubleheader tonight will start approximately 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one. That pitch misses way high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Three balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch from Poland. And it's ball 4. It eludes the catcher. Policano will go on down to first with a walk. Connor Smith will stay right where he's at third base. And that'll bring up Easton Gothrop, who has struck out swinging and walked and scored. Inside, past the catcher. Runner at first will go to second. Runner at third will stay. And it's a 1 ball, no strike count to the Bridgeport left fielder. There's your shaved ice down here.
Yeah.
How we looking?
I wonder if they looked the other way, if I could sneak down and.
I don't know.
They had 2. You don't need 2.
There's a called strike.
Right?
Yep. 1 and 2. You scream fire and get somebody's attention going some other. 1-2 pitch is rolled foul along the third base side, and the count holds at 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Always thinking ahead, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. 1-2 pitch. 2-2 off the mid of the catcher, but again, no advance by either runner.
I tell you what, Poland's piling up some pitches too, up to 46. I mean,
in the dirt, ball 3, and he's in a hurry to throw when he watch when he gets to the mound. 1,
you total those
2.
with Marvin. I mean, that's well over 100 pitches.
He had a 4 count before he threw that pitch, and he got strike 3 called to end the inning. But Bridgeport gets 4 runs on 4 hits. There was 1 error and 2 runners left on base. We go to the bottom half of the 5th. It's Bridgeport 12, Mineral County 2. It's the 2025 West Virginia 8-10 Baseball State Tournament from Video Productions.
Plan? No problem. Just wing it. Whether it's a 6 or 10-piece order of our mouth-watering traditional wings or our flavorful boneless wings, now get them smothered in our new garlic parmesan sauce. Gino's Pizza and Spaghetti House. Just wing it.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
From our made-from-scratch biscuit sandwiches to hearty breakfast wraps, Tudor's Biscuit World serves up a taste of simpler times. Now pair your favorite sandwich or wrap with a refreshing iced coffee combo. This is Biscuit Country, where made from scratch never tasted better.
On we go to the bottom half of inning number 5, and those of us who might be a little uninitiated, we do believe that Bridgeport's 3 outs away from a win. They lead by 10, and we are beyond the 4th inning, which would invoke the mercy rule unless Mineral County scores 1 or more here in the 5th.
Yep, and Skasik trying to come in and slam the door again, as we've mentioned over and over, that first batter each inning, and it's going to be Key and Ross to start this bottom of the 5th. Real important to try and keep that first batter off the bases.
Ross, his one at-bat resulted in a fly out to left field. He swings and hits the first pitch here on a couple of hops to Nepper at short. The throw to first, 1 out. Nice play.
Very nice play by Nepper. He allowed that last hop to come up. Kind of got to make a decision there, and sometimes fielders get indecisive. But, boy, he had a quick release. He got it and gunned it across the diamond. 1 pitch.
I guess when you have confidence in your ability to get the ball from where you're at over to first.
I remember watching you in softball, kind of the same thing.
You didn't see me at shortstop very much. Again, I just got done telling you I've raced a pregnant turtle.
And it was slow pitch, and you were the catcher, right?
Yes.
The guy that can sit in the back of the pickup and flag the balls down.
I was the EP.
Yeah.
Actually, I was the pitcher. Truth be told. No balls and 2 strikes to Jamison Riggleman. And a pop-up on the infield. Can they catch it? Nope. And they don't touch it as it goes into foul territory, so that's a foul ball. If you can't catch it, get away from it. And that's exactly what the Bridgeport defenders did there.
Yeah, and I tell you what, the big old hop from the ball there on that ball right along the line. And I don't know if it's intentional or not, but a good break that they let it bounce.
0-2 pitch. Up high and away, 1-2. Riggleman now, Chase Hare waiting to bat next. Strike 3 called. Riggleman didn't like the call. He goes back to the dugout, bat in hand, and the final hope and the season for Mineral County riding now on the efforts of their shortstop and number 10 batter, Chase Hare. Ball 1. Hare's previous at-bat, a walk, and he eventually scored on a pass ball and a pair of wild pitches. Kind of a half swing there and a little bit tardy in doing it, and it's 1-1. Two balls and a strike. Tents beginning to pop up in the outfield. We expect a good crowd for game 2. 2-1 pitch in the dirt and through the catcher, ball 3. If Hare does in fact reach, Jacob Henderson waiting to hit next. Swing and a miss. And Mineral County down to its final strike. Losers bracket final in the Mountaineer bracket of this 8-10 baseball state tournament. Skasik trying to finish it off, and a pop-up on the infield. Nepper, the shortstop. Did he catch it? He did, and that is the ball game. Final score in game one, Bridgeport 12, Mineral County 2. And now, as we said, Bridgeport on to the championship bracket, and they will take on Jefferson tomorrow night in the 7:30 game. There you get a look at the final numbers. 12 runs, 9 hits, and an error for Bridgeport. 2-2-4 for Mineral County. And nice run in this tournament, Rick, by Mineral County, but it comes to an end today against, as we said earlier, one of the state's powers at basically every division, and that would be Bridgeport.
Yeah, and Bridgeport, of course, the team that knocked Mineral County into the losers bracket. Mineral County, valiant effort last night as they advanced through the losers bracket. Not easy to do. Had a late game last night. Randy had to turn around and play the early one today. And hung around, did a good job. But I tell you, Bridgeport just solid in all facets and going to be hard to beat. And again, from a coaching standpoint, when you can score runs every inning, which they did in this game, it's going to be hard to beat you.
Yeah, they got 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third, 3 in the fourth, and 4 in the fifth to win it in Mercy Rule fashion, 12-2. As we said, it's now Bridgeport and Jefferson tomorrow at 7:30. And our next game coming up in about 30 minutes from now will be Barbersville and Capital Midwestern. The winner of that game will get Cerrito Canova in tomorrow night's 5:30 opener. So we will step aside. We'll come back in about 30 minutes from now with Game 2. We appreciate you dialing us up here for Game 1 of our doubleheader. And for the entire crew, Randy Payton saying so long for now from Huntington Little League, where Bridgeport defeats Mineral County 12-2 to advance in this 2025 West Virginia 8-10 baseball state tournament. Game 2 in about 30 minutes, and until then, so long, everybody.